To start off, the first thing he's doing wrong is he's standing straight up. So fundamentally, he's not in the right position defensively. Jalen Brunson inbounds the ball. As he moves over, Thompson's still not ready to guard, right? So now he starts coming off the screen, Bridges screens, and Asar just runs directly into this screen. He lets him screen him. He could get on this hip and continue to chase this way or even just cut through that way. He just allows him to hit him, right? And he gets stuck for a second. And this is Jalen Brunson. Brunson catches the ball. He's at the top. Brunson uses some footwork that later on sets up his game winner. As you see, he extends his foot, and that footwork allows Thompson to get off balance. Now, one of the things we're seeing is his hands are down, and you're guarding Jalen Brunson, right? Both hands are down to his side. That can't be done. But what he does well here is when Brunson goes to his right, he cuts him off with his body. He makes physical contact and bumps him. And then when he goes for the shot, he contests it and knocks it away. But once again, his hands continue to stay down. And he goes for the block and gets it, and they create a turnover. Good stop right there. But fundamentally, he made a lot of different errors that's going to haunt him later. Late game execution was a problem on both sides. OG is guarding Cade, and they're trying to get into ball screen action. So Duren comes up to set this screen. So he is trying to angle himself to make Cade use this ball screen. The problem is he has to get up into his hips. He has to get close, because if he does not get close, then that gives Duren enough room to set a quality screen on him. But if he gets closer to his body and attaches himself to Cade on the hip, then he is getting skinny, and that makes it harder for Duren to screen him. And so what ends up happening is he does not get up in his body. Now this screen can happen, even though he kind of brush screens him. And now he is in the wrong defensive position. Towns is up trying to guard the roller. His job is to stay in front and try not to allow the roller to get behind him. So where Duren goes, Towns also has to go while staying in front of Cade. This pocket's open, and he's able to make this pass to Duren because we don't have OG directly in front of him. And this pocket's available. He comes right down the middle. He gets fouled by Towns. He gets bodied up by Hart, and he gets to the free throw line. Okay, we got Thompson matched up here with Brunson as this play begins. And he starts off in the stance, needs to be a little bit lower. Tries to get through this screen, chases on the hip. Even right here, Brunson has a lane to drive to the basket, and you see Asar is just standing straight up. So that's unacceptable. He gets in front, but once again, he has his hands down. So now Brunson gets off the ball, and we get into the ball screen. And it looks as if they're not to switch, because if you look at Dennis Schroeder, he is in position of showing the hedge. So Asar Thompson's job is to get up in the body of Jalen Brunson for the screen. So he has to get his hips aligned with his hips and then squeeze through this screen and get his left leg over and get skinny. But he doesn't do that. He allows himself to get screened. So once the action starts occurring, we now have a switch. And as you see, Thompson was still trying to fight over, but he did not do his work to be prepared to get over that screen. So now Brunson has the matchup he wants. When you see this roll happening, you see that there is a big distance between Thompson and Mikal Bridges, who now he is switching on. He continues to stay behind him. Dennis Schroeder stays in front, contests the shot. The shot is comfortable for Brunson because Schroeder is the same size as Brunson, and that doesn't really faze him. But now we get box outs, except we don't get a box out from Thompson. You see Harris is boxing out here, and also Jalen is boxing out here. And even down here, Cade Cunningham is boxing out. Well, the one person who's not boxing out inside happens to be Thompson. And because he did not switch properly, he tips the ball back in. Now, if they were switching this action on this ball screen, then the coverage would be a lot different. Asar Thompson's job is to get underneath Mikal Bridges. Schroeder's job is to be foot to foot with him. And then once Brunson comes off this screen, Schroeder steps out. So now we don't have any type of disadvantage. Asar Thompson would be standing right here, and he would be directly in front of him, left foot, right foot. Now we get poor ball screen defense again. As you see, OG allows himself to get screened, and he does not get into the body of Cade Cunningham. And his job is to go over the screen. They have been doing this the whole game. So you got to make sure that you get up into the hips and you can fight over to get in front. You can't allow yourself to get screened. And OG just waits for this screen. Now, Mitchell comes up higher because he is more mobile than Towns, right? But he ends up having some poor footwork right here, which allows his feet to get caught up. And he's backpedaling, and then Cade gets a wide open layup. He just blows it. Brunson pops out for the ball. Thompson comes up to him. Right now, Brunson is just dribbling out the clock. And now Thompson actually creates some physicality and gets up close. Now, the next thing and the first thing that happens is anytime you slide, you are supposed to push off with your back leg. So his left leg should basically push off and his right leg should kick out. Well, he does it the actual inverted way. He pushes off his right leg. And anytime you push off your right leg, you are able to get crossed over and get out of position at any time because you cannot recover. He does it again. He pushing off with his right leg. He's going to his left. He needs to push off with his left leg. So all the work is being done by his right leg. So now when Brunson gives him that move again, Thompson is going the other way. And he used the same move that he used a little earlier, gets into his three-point shot, game winner.